Hi. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Has everybody had a beautiful, productive day so far? All right. Hi. ah, what's tomorrow? What's tomorrow? Besides 420? Besides 420? You guys know. All of you know already. Just depends on what side of the table you sat. No more hiding. No more hiding. It's your turn. Can everybody say it's my turn? It's my turn. You did your stuff. Can everyone say it's my turn? I want to hear you guys say it's my turn. It's my turn. I need you guys to affirm clearly, with much confidence within you all. Let's leave garbage to the side. I don't know how much more blunt I can say it. Let's leave garbage to the wayside. How we say it? How does God say leave the dead to the dead? Right? Whose turn? That's right. Finally, at least Seda said it. My turn. That's right. My turn. All right, guys. Huge turnaround. Huge turn of events. Huge turn of events. I want you guys to say, I have faith. I left everything to God. Can we say it? I have faith. I have faith. I believe. I believe. I got told today, before I get into the energy, thank you, Lise555. I got told today. I want to tell you guys a story today, what occurred on my end. See, this is how good God is. See how God pays your bills. God pays your bills. I want to tell you something. When we do for others, we do it out of our hearts. We don't think about what's going to come, what is our recommendation, the what ifs. We don't, right? It's just in our hearts to help. We just help, right? Or what we call a pay it forward. A pay it forward. My service was off today. Yeah, I'm not ashamed to say it. So what? My service was off today, and my partner can testify, right, babe? Right. So my service was off today. Yes, it was. I start school. Thank you, Father. I start school soon. Um, got entered into Dubai University. I had to take a nice test, and I made it to accomplish my bachelor's. And I start school in a few days. Um, and yeah, my phone was off. And you know how you need that authentication or something like that, you say, to get into the app, right? And I couldn't get in. I couldn't get in. And I was like, oh, this is nice. This is really nice. Something told me to call, explain yourself. I know I didn't have to give my student ID, thank God. You're not supposed to give that, anyways. And someone actually did believe me. And this person said, matter of fact, I'm gonna help you. And I already did the 3 day extension. There's like a 3 day extension. They give you like some sort of time to help you pay off your phone bill. I had no idea that there's services that truly help with students. And no, there's no age to go back to receive your education. Trust me, no age at all whatsoever. And she says, I want you to do me a favor. I go, yeah. She goes, I'm going to pay the phone bill. I don't know who I was talking to. Could have been higher up. She goes, but I want you to do me a favor. I go, yeah. She goes, promise me that you'll finish. I said, what? She goes, promise me that you'll finish. I said, okay, I promise, because I will. That's the whole intention. She goes, okay, she said, I'm giving you $10 off and I'm changing your plan. I said, what? She said, yeah, I'm changing your plan. You'll still have the unlimited data. You'll even have more hotspot service for your schooling. I was like, what is going on? And yeah, just like that, my phone went back on. And she hits me up with a text and she goes, I love hearing stories like you. I love when your kind of people call me. Anything that has to do with education, anything that has to do with you leveling up, I will completely support that. And I was like, wow. So she goes, what you going for? And I said, no, just my electives because I already finished my associates. And I told her I have one more year to finish. She goes, oh, electives, huh? Senior, huh? I go, no, semi-junior, mostly senior. And she goes, good. She goes, I want you to finish. She goes, how long? I go, a year. She goes, what school? I go, do I? University. She goes, okay, online or campus? I'm like, online. So she goes, congrats. But she says, I will pay your bill, but I want you to finish. That's the only promise I ask. It was such a miracle. Such a miracle. And that's why I said God is good. And I want you all to say, it's my turn. There are. There are beautiful people out there. It doesn't matter if you have 2, 3 people wherever you go, as long as they're loyal. And I'm grateful for that because guess what? I have loyal people. I have loyal people that's been on my life since day one. And you guys are amazing. I'd rather stick with loyalty than anything else. And I believe that that's the lesson of it all. It takes 1, 2 people that can really change your life. Most of the time, it only takes one person that can change your whole life around. And loyalty is key. And I prefer loyalty than inconsistency. So that's what I wanted to say. But yeah, let's get into the energy. But I just want you guys to hold on and to know that there is a higher power out there watching all of you, listening to you, hearing you. And if you need to, I don't care where's your sanctuary spot. You let it out. You hear me? Don't let no one tell you otherwise. Life is already hard as it is enough. So let it out if you have to. Let it out through a pillow if you're by yourself.
Let it out in the toilet. No, I'm just kidding.
Just let it out. My partners always be humorous. All right, so okay, guys, let's get into the energy because it's been a long day for everybody. I believe in your minds. Okay, it will. Trust me. I don't care how old you guys are. Your day is coming. Your season is coming. Your time, your every energy, every effort that you have put in, every tear that has fell beyond the rivers, the seas, it's being heard. Okay? Okay, guys. Let's Christian Macera, if you need conversation in regards to advice, go ahead. A screenshot, and for some reason it's not letting me on. All right, guys. Okay. I know you guys have been, it's been a long day. You guys have been in your head a lot. There has been mostly exposure of truth a lot today with your own eyes, right? Yes. And these are what you call answers. Answers that you have been searching, even though they say don't search, right? If you're going to search, search for God, and that's true. That's a fact. Investigating. And if it's not today, it could be relatively tomorrow or the next, okay? But these are what we call heavy, heavy, heavy answers, okay? Answers, because you've been in your head a lot. How you're going to get through this, how you're going to get by, how you're going to succeed, how you're going to succeed, right? What's the next food or meal on the plate on the table? And then if you do have, obviously, you're grateful for what you do have. A lot of you are inventing for what you already do have on your behalf. You're not even complaining anymore. It's not coming out your mouth. And throughout the weeks, throughout the months, obviously, you have already been cutting away debris, right? I don't need this. I don't need this. This I don't need. I don't want to partake in this. I'm not about to meddle in this. I'm not going to destroy this. This is not my business. Let me stay out of it, right? I have nothing to do with this, right? Even though a lot of you have been seeing eyes, hearing ears, but mouths have been shut, right? Hi, Ted. Oh, you say yes. Okay, awesome. So tomorrow, it just depends on what table you're sitting on. Okay, even when it comes with the body, the temple, there will be signification signs even while you're traveling. Okay, be careful too as well while you're traveling. Okay, tomorrow can be an exceptionally heavy day. It can either be tiring where you guys would just rest all day and just watch movies all day, maybe eat some soup. I'm not too sure, right? It just depends on what your desire, what your passion, because it speaks about getting motivated. It speaks about action, right? Initiation, initiative, actually making a decision in the forefront. Some have already made this decision, may have sent out basically some sort of email indication of I apologize, or I apologize for misconstruing you, or please forgive me, or I'm sorry, or just some other way, some sort of communication, not to relatively tell you I'm sorry, right? And people are basically, some of them are very straightforward, they're very direct, right? They'll say I'm sorry, or I'm sorry for my intrusion, or I'm sorry for the confusion, or I'm sorry for this and that and the third. You're gonna have a lot of that, but you're also gonna have a lot of directiveness, a lot of straightforwardness, a lot straight to the plate, type of energies, type of communications, right? If basically people have not really what we call worked on themselves, in a sense, you might see anger and frustration. For the most part, you might just enter into the circle and you're gonna be like, okay, okay, I'm out. Either what's going on or I'm out, right? I'm out. You could probably enter the door and hear screams or shouts, or you just it could be upsetting. It's just like I said, it depends on what table you have sat on throughout the month. It is very upsetting, it's saddening, and it's burdening. Okay, now we're gonna get to Cancer energy. We're gonna get to Cancer. That's why you say you're dipping. Especially if you have Cancer in your chart 3 times. Okay. Let's get into it. It is heavy for Cancers. It's heavy. Tomorrow's gonna be very heavy for Cancers. It just depends. Either a sense of excitement, thrill, or someone begging at the knees. I don't know. Because I'm seeing knees. But give me a second. Akmaranda, Capricorn energy. Very peculiar moment. Yeah. Huge, huge omen. Huge. Could be on a career. It could be for Capricorns, even most of my earth signs. It just depends on what table you sat on. Okay, it can be very unclassified. It could be very mysterious. Times tomorrow. It's just like I said. It depends on what table you're on, or which area you're sitting at, what group, what people, what have you gave your time, your effort, your energy into. Where have you been pushed towards? Not a sense of enforcement where you got to be there, but the fact that you really had to be observational, right, and set yourself back a bit, right, to kind of observe, right, like trotter. I don't know how to say it. Like a kind of hide behind the bushes. I'm gonna be the observer. I'm gonna be observational. Uh, or probably figured out a few games here and there, right? Um,
Yo.
I want to say this much:
Okay. Thank
if
you.
you have not said I'm sorry, I need you to say it. It doesn't have to be in front of someone, okay? These things shall pass. It will calm down. It's gonna calm down, okay? I need you guys to know that this is not going to last for a long time, okay? This will end up cooling down. It's like a hot plate about to boil, all right? And tomorrow because of exposure of truths, obviously, that you have really been sitting back in your head and really weighing, the difference on the occurrences of what has been going on, what you set yourself apart to, whom or what you're separating yourself, and what you believe is right to do in your heart. Okay, that's gonna be it. Working on your shadow side too, as well, is gonna be it. Becoming a better you. If you have not even done that or implemented, that's going to be it too. Okay, the struggles are going to end because you're seeing the truth. You had to be silent. And that's more powerful than anything else. And if you believe you don't have a chance to say, I'm sorry, or at least to be honest, or at least to say thank you for everything, I believe sometimes these things don't need a sensible explanation. They'll see you doing awesome. They'll see you working on yourself. They'll see you doing good. You don't need to explain much unless you believe you need to or that you must. There's just a difference. No one's really enforcing you to get anything from you, to take anything from you. Sometimes we believe because we've been through that kind of circumstantial situation, it's been nothing but a downhill, right? Upheaval, chaos, detriment. And you're telling, what did I do to deserve this? A lot of you, like I said, looked up in the sky and said, God, why have you forsaken me? You may have teared a bit. I can testify to that on my end. But God has never forsaken you. He will never forsake you. He's right there by you. He just wants you to understand what He's been trying to show you for a very, very long time. Maybe it had to take this for you to see what you needed to see on your end, on your behalf. I thought for some reason I could not pull through. I wasn't going to get accepted for college. Certain things in my career, my path, in my life that I was in, it was like God was showing me, look at the downfalls, look at everything that you've endured, and yet you're telling yourself that you can't pull through by finishing your bachelor's. You really can't do it. Do you believe that you can? Because you've been through the wolves. You've been pushed with wolves. They've eaten you, throttled you, trampled you alive. Possibly, maybe even yourself did it to you. And I said, you know what? Let me take this exam. Let me try. Let me do it. I probably could do it. That was my fear. Never going back. Never finishing. That was all the delays. Most of it my fault. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't take this test. She's like, you could take it. Just do it. It took me about 2 hours. I said, man, I could go through this. I don't have to cheat. And it's so cool how technology works because they know if you're cheating. They know if you're off of their system. It's crazy. 2 hours. And I passed. I was like, stop it. They gave me arithmetics, algebra, you name it, everything. I was like, oh my gosh, I felt like I was starting all over again. But yeah. So if you guys don't see me on that much, you know why. But I'm still pushed for some reason. This is my passion. It's been my passion all along. I'm still pushed to help people. And I'm going to continue doing it. So yeah. Let's get into the energy. Like I said, a lot of you have already separated like actually separated. Like said, I'm done with the foolery, with the foolishness, with the games. A lot of you have completely separated. Okay, thank you. I have a year and a half to finish. Wish me good luck. Team no sleep. Woo! Lots of coffee cups or tea. I don't know, something gotta give besides exercise. All right, so um yeah, I know. Lots of infliction in the mind. Lots of doubt in the mind. Like I said, that energy is kind of like it can because it's so heavy. Because it's going to be so heavy tomorrow. You guys are just going to want to relax and take it easy. You're not really going to want to push through and do too much, knowing that you're like, if I have the right to rest, I will. You might watch a movie. You might do writing. A lot of you might just do music. A lot of you just like to conversate with other people. You like to be conversational. It's always more of a positive, right? But like I said, don't get too scared if you're hearing a lot of things. If you're hearing, okay, especially for some reason at the nighttime. Nighttime is always active, right? Mid-afternoon too, as well. Conversations of exposure. And it doesn't have to necessarily be this week. It could also be next week too, as well. It will continue on to, I believe, the 20. Where we at? The 23rd or the 28th? I'm not too sure. I know it's around that time, but it is heavy. It will weather down. I'm telling you, Kathy. Yeah, some of you, you're not gonna change. You're introverted. Most of you are both. Most of you have the ability and the strength to have some sort of balance, extrovertedness and introvertedness, both the two together. This is why you have what we call that energy that attracts people. You attract people. Captivated. I'm captivated. I'm appalled. This could also be frustration. Like Miranda, it doesn't have to be bad news. Like I said, for the most part, it depends on what table you're sitting on at. If something comes to you, right, it speaks about an obstacle, because these things you're not asking for, right? If something comes to you, it depends on how you're going to deal with it, of how the tables are going to turn on your end. If you have something that you believe for a fact that it's not supposed to be for you or it's not yours, what is the intention to do? Give it up. Give it away. You know it's not yours. Give it. And you watch the table start turning. What happens when you engage in a conversation that has nothing relatively to do with you? It doesn't. It's. I'm not saying it doesn't matter to you. I'm not saying that you don't have a heart. I'm not saying that you cannot be a mediator. But what I'm saying is, don't meddle in it if you don't have to. Sometimes we have to let these things just be. And sometimes it's very hard because God's like, oh my gosh, most of my people are completely stubborn. They just don't get it that these things have to happen. It has to happen. Imagine God has already written this life path for you. If He has written this life path for you, right? And you're meddling. You're changing your whole life, your whole destiny, everything. You're changing it because you have the free will. Because you believe that because you're the mediator, let's meddle in everyone's life without even them asking you to. I can understand if it's to save someone. Thank you, babe. I can understand if it's to save someone, right? From a very bad situation. I'm talking about bad, right? We're seeing ambulance, we're seeing EMTs, then that I can understand. We're not going to stay there, right? We're not going to stay there and go, ha ha, sucks for you, right? Knowing that there's an EMT or ambulance coming, right? But I want to say this much. Let's just say, I'm not trying to manifest anything. God forgive me. No, these are examples. Okay, these are examples. Let's just say something happens, right? Accident, right? A person can't seem to move, right? They're in the street. They can't move. You know already that certain parts of their body is dislocated. I know, quite shocking, right? And you're just there. No, you're not going to be someone and basically pass and say, okay, that person's fine. No, obviously, we're going to have common sense to get out, right? To stop and get out the car, right? Now we know that that person's either fragments, bones, it's dislocated. What do? Do we scream and go, oh my gosh, I got you? Let me move you? No, we don't do that. We talk to the person. We make sure that they are conscious. We make sure that they are alert. We make sure that they're not bleeding out. We do not touch them. We leave them right there because you don't know what else you can break. They're already broken. That's different. But meddling in other people's lives for wrong intentions, that's a big no-no. That's no. We can't be mediators all the time. They're not asking for it. They already know what's coming. They already know that there's an obstacle that has to be faced and matched. Right? We let it be. You let it be. It has nothing to do with you. They're not asking for your help. They're not asking for certain advice. If they're not asking, the mouth's not open, that's different, right? If someone is completely silent, I'm talking about utterly silent, but you know deep down inside something's not right, we don't investigate. We don't meddle. But you know something's not right. They're not giving you some sort of hint. You don't feel it here in your core that something is wrong. But deep down inside, you know that something is wrong. You leave that to God. You leave that to God. You leave that to God. You say to yourself, God has it. As I have a heart, and God knows I have a heart. And God knows that if someone needs saving, I will be there. I will be there. But I will not destroy no one's destiny. I will not destroy anyone's way of being or thinking or what they believe in. I'm not the one to judge. I will not meddle in other people's lives. Sometimes when we allow things to be, God can push forward. He can push your life even further than what you've ever been or believed in your life that you can ever surpass. Because you had nothing to do with it. Sometimes we're at the wrong time, wrong place, wrong time. It just depends. But because we have been working on ourselves wholeheartedly, you're going to right away know what it is that needs to be done. And if walking away is beneficial on your end to do, then you do that. But if you know that you can do something and save a community, save a life, then you do that. But don't meddle in other people's lives. If they are not asking you to, if you don't have the authority to say something, if it's not under your roof, you do not. Let God push those mountains. Let Him take care of these things. And allow God to expose some sort of truth in front of your eyes. Everything that you have been asking, the pain that you have been feeling is not for nothing. What you have been feeling in your heart is not for nothing. Understand that. Hi, Moonlighting. Hello, love. How are you? See, I love helping all of you, especially the loyal ones, the people who has been, coming out, seeing what this is all about, and you guys actually get it. You receive it. You claim it. See, not expecting no type of support. Just want to help. That's it. Out of my heart. Hello, everyone. Thank you for sharing the live. Hi, Georgie. I actually seen you on live before. I think you went on live one time. I believe so. You doing good today? Awesome. You're welcome. Yeah, that is the energy, guys. Starting from today to tomorrow. Okay. It's calming to be here. Thank you, and thank you so much for that. I appreciate you saying that. You woke up happy. Yeah. So a lot of people's day flipped today. It flipped around, right? From hi, good morning, God. See what's today? What's the morning for me? What's bringing, right? To like, oh man, what now, right? And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, thank you. Okay, that's also another a sign that God's hearing you, He's watching you, and He's going to continue to help you. Okay, there's lots of signs, guys. Trust me. Um, you woke up like blah. Trust me, you're probably not the only one that woke up like blah. I woke up saying, "Good morning, God. How are you?" And I was like, "What am I gonna repair today?" Most of the time, we're repairing ourselves, and we don't even know it, right? Before we repair other people, right? We have to put ourselves together, and we have to repair ourselves, right? Um, Listen, things that you have believed that were huge, that were immense, are now becoming so small to you. That you're like, oh, come here, that's a piece of cake. Come here, I'm gonna tell you how to do that. Come here. Are you listening? Are you listening? So, all right, let's go. Yeah. Oh, so you were. So that was you. Okay, I apologize because I seen a request, but I'm like, is this really Georgie? And my heart was like, yeah, actually it is. Um, but yeah, give me a sec. As you wake, here we go. Right? It's always as you wake up, you won't know. You don't know what God has for you for the day. You just don't know. Right? Okay, so for Georgie, things are on the up and up with you. Give me that. Give me that book, babe. That book real quick. The biblical, the scripture. Yes, you were moonlighting. You were down last week, and I praise to God. I pray God that He brings you back up again, love. Sometimes we get down. Doesn't mean we're meant to stay there. Sometimes we're down to pick ourselves up, but this time much better, more bigger, right? More immense. Oh, right away I open the book of the scriptures. Family, Georgie, family. You have such a big heart. You know so much. When you like sit down on that sofa and you're just hearing so much talks, and you're just like, okay, I want to watch TV. I'm about to get some sleep. I need all of you out. Let's see here. Hold on. Things are becoming on the up and up with you, Georgie. Right away, family came to me right away. There has been a struggle. Uh-huh. Finances. That could have been your pushback. A much more faster way of making these finances come into fruition. So it could speak about immense, huge support on your end, and these things that was so unclassified that you could just not understand why it was taking so long for you to reap these benefits, these rewards that you know that you're so wholly deserving of. But it was for a reason, right? Everything's for a reason. Let's see. God is your savior. Right away you turn to God, savior. Because God saved you at the right time. Self-existent. Self. Because you worked on self. You're working on yourself. Self. Okay. Yeah, the naysayers. The naysayers. Even sometimes we could become our biggest enemy. We can say, I can't do this. There's no other route for me. What other route? What other opportunity am I gonna get? What am I gonna receive? I can't do this, right? We end up becoming our own downfall, our own downpour, and then you got great supporters and ones that are loyal that are there to stick by you because they know that if you fall, whomever family member or something you're connected to, they will fall too. It's all interconnected. It's all connected, just like the universe, just like the world. Everything's connected. When the economy falls, who you think is the one that's falling down with it? Us. Things cannot get better if it's not for the village. It always takes a village, guys. That's our empowerment, togetherness, village. We can't contradict ourselves or form some sort of hypocrisy because we are the empowers. We are the ones with empowerment, the ones with order and authority, besides obviously God being the governor and the most high, right? Once the economy falls, it has to do obviously with the economy, with the world and what's going on. And once that trickles down, we trickle down with it. Just like family. It's like a chain. There's instructions. You're being guided. Georgie, you want to know because of your integrity. You never gave up. Instructions. You're being guided because of your integrity. You never gave up. You've seen so freaking much. I can't say this word of what I'm seeing. I cannot. Not on TT. Nope. But you've been through a lot. Let's just put it out there. You've withdrawn yourself. You knew who you had to let go of. And you asked for mercy. A free man. Something about friendship too. Some sort of lies. Yeah. We ain't got time for that, man. We ain't got time for that. Alright. Thank you for confirmation. Give me a sec, guys. Let's see if there's anything else. Some of you, your focus is a much more better way to connect your finances together. Everything is about togetherness, unity, family, unity, friendship, loyalty. No more deceit. No more weapons hindering you or causing chaos. We're collecting, colonizing, coming together. A coming together. Whether you're red, purple, blue in the face, you're coming together. I just gotta say that color because I'm not going to discriminate on anybody's behalf of their skin color. Sorry. I don't do that. Any damages being done is being compensated, whether internally or externally. You're being compensated from anything that you have went through, any type of curses or being backfired, damages, compensations, okay? Because of the good decisions that you are now making. A lot of you are putting your foot down, okay? You're putting your foot down. These decisions are good. It's between evidence. Evidence now that you have seen the good and the evil. The good and the evil. Plain examples and evidence being shown to you in the forefront. It also speaks about witnesses. Witnesses being shown. This is all having to do, obviously, with the eclipse too. Exposure of truth. And what God does, what He forms. It also speaks about forgiveness. What you have formed. It's a multitude. Giving unto one another. That's being accounted to. giving unto one another. Those that I says, I beseech thee. It's a form, something's forming. Because it's for you, it's yours. It was meant for you. There was a decision that was being held up. But someone has already made, you see, this is beautiful. When it comes to 10,000, 10,000, 10 million people having specific talents, you know, sometimes it could be anything, wife, children, making that high authority decision within either some sort of domain or community, or it's some sort of form, something forming, either internally that God has given you, no one can take that away, or someone's giving it back to you. I believe that this belongs to you. I'm sorry. Here you go. That too, surprisingly so. Right? Because it's like God saying, I'm not going to hear you until you do the right thing. I'm not listening to you until you do the right thing. Because what you're feeling in here, isn't it heavy? Isn't it heavy? I believe it's heavy, right? And guess what? You're going to hold on to that till you do what's right and you let it go. Someone's feeling here. Okay? It could just be a wrong decision, and that's okay. People make mistakes. But as long as we do what's right, you're going to feel relieved. A sense of relief, a sense of tension being taken off of your back, and for you to basically be allowed to breathe in and out and exhale because you did the right thing. And I'm not going to say for once, no, because a lot of you have done plenty of right things, and sometimes we don't even know what we did right. We just freaking did it because it's a part of us. It's a part of us. And that's what we call form. Something is forming inside you. And sometimes that's what we needed. Maybe we needed a push. Maybe we needed that help. Maybe we needed just that very little bit of an enforcement type of push. Maybe you needed someone that was stronger than you and you didn't even know that they were causing these things just to make you a stronger person. And now they're going to say, okay, this person's ready. This person's prepared. I believe God's working with them. That's right. Amen. A form in religion services. Because that's just what God does. So before there could have been some sort of error. Some sort of spokes or talks of, I don't think so. Look how this person's this, look how that. They look, they look this and that. We can't go by image. We can't judge based off color. We can't do that. Most of the time we need to, yes, take our time. It's all about patience. That's right. But what if, let's just say, what if someone has already made that decision? And they just wanted to see what was another person's answer. Deep down inside, they're probably looking at the person like, you're right. But deep down in their heart, they already know that it's theirs. They just wanted to basically listen to the other person, indicate what they have to indicate out of respect. And then now, possibly maybe show. And it also, that's why it speaks about witnesses, because it also speaks about forgiveness. These are the times of forgiveness. I'm not saying that you guys have not forgiven, but these are the times heavy for forgiveness. Of restart. A lot of you are going to say, can we start over? A lot of you are anxious or nervous about wanting to restart over, wanting to make things right. You don't have to say, hi, can I start over? Just do what you please to do, what you know is right in your heart. It just depends on what kind of start over is it, and is it right? Are we actually doing these things correctly? Or are we just going to say, I'm going to do something right, throw it in someone's face and say, I told you so? That's not it. That should not be forming in our hearts. That's bad. Don't say, I told you so. You got to let go of ego and pride if it's not doing good for us. Trust me. And that could be also one of them too as well, because it speaks about mercy. Thank you guys. 6.1k likes. Love you all. You guys are awesome. And I've only been here for a little bit of time. Oh, hi Michaela. I'm beautiful, love. Pray everything is well with you too. Look at that. Liberty. A lot of you have been asking for liberty. Liberation. A lot of you have been asking for that. Okay? Yeah, you guys are all going to know who's the actual liars. Okay, I can't. I'm just gonna be honest. Okay. Psalms 116:11 Ooh, they got Satan in here. Satan A. John A 44:55 prohibited the kingdom of heaven. Revelations 21:8, and that's what's going on. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Georgie. Thank you for confirmation, love. Bless your heart too and soul that you continue to fight the good fight. Don't let nothing weigh you down. You hear me? The temple, yeah, it makes you believe that everything is justifiable through flesh and fulfill yourself with the soul. Okay. Spirit. Job 4:19. They dwell in the houses of clay. I don't know if I can say they're coming out to play. No, they're just behind you, guiding you, watching you. Who said God took anybody? Who said your ancestors don't have the right to ask God for another chance for you? Who said that with God's blood your ancestors cannot come back and fight for you? Who said that? All they have to do is ask God. You believe that souls pray? We have one living in us. I believe you know souls do pray. Whether they're within us, walking, or they're resting. They pray. Job 4:19, guys. Job 4:19. Why do you think it was so easy for the devil to want to go ahead and tempt Job? Why? And Job had plagues and all that, right? All the horses on him. All the significations of the horses on him. And he said, what makes you think that God still has given up on me? What makes you think he's not testing me? Why? Because Job knew in his heart that God can give him a more better, grand life once again. And that's faith, guys. That's faith. And if one wife has left a man, that wife was never supposed to be his to begin with. God is so humorous. Don't you believe? I do. Obedience. You guys are being so obedient. So obedient. The law. The law. Who knows? Be careful on your meditation if you're meditating, okay? Yes, meditate. Even all day if you need to. I've never seen somebody walking and not really being in their heads or minds and thoughts. That's also meditation too, right? You're breathing, you're inhaling, exhaling. While you're exercising, you're even meditating. I kid you not. Yeah, see, God's not done. Who said he ended? He's not done. Especially those that have been obedient, but then departed, but then you're coming back. Can we continue to sustain and remain being obedient? Okay? He knows most of you have beautiful hearts. You're very loving. You believe you deserve all the love that you desire and passionately need. I get it. But allow man to lead the ways for you. What if they want better? But what's better to you? Can we understand that? What if they want better for you and then your way of better is not their way of better? So you guys are miscommunicating with each other, not wholeheartedly understanding one another. So your way of better is, I want to be his backbone, right? I want to be his supporter. I see that my person is not right there all the way. What if they just want you to remain in your faith and to do what you need to do? Stop always trying to save the day. What if they want you to relax and rest? They know what you deserve. You deserve everything. But what's everything to him and what's everything to you? What is your everything? You see, it's more on a, when you're in a relationship, the females think, more on a subconscious personal instead of subconscious collective, right? I, him, I, us, we, right? It's more, excuse me, ooh, chakra. It's more subconscious personal. What do I need to do? Not just for me, but I want to do it also for the happiness of him. Are we doing it out of our hearts, or are we doing it because we're afraid of rejection? I know most females here cannot say, oh no, no. Is it really for our hearts or rejection? If you're going to do something with your heart, you don't complain, right? You just do it because you wanted to. There's a difference, right? And if it's based off of rejection, then we want acknowledgement from the other person. We want some sort of recognition or acknowledgement. Oh, you're awesome, you're grand, you're great. The person doesn't always have to remind you how beautiful and great and grand you are. They're with you, right? They're connected with you. They're standing with you, right? These things are being done on their terms, the way that they believe that it should get done. And if we believe that we objectify to something, then we subject to it. We ask, what is it you don't like about me? What is it that you don't love about me? And then he'll look at you like, are you for real right now? I'm with you. There's so many things that I love about you, and I'm still figuring out of you. Only God knows you 120%. When you get with someone, it's because you're ready to submit. There's a difference, you see? But what if his type of I'm going to treat you with a crown is not your way of seeing the crown to begin with? That's what speaks about obedience to, and also submission to, and to be submissive to. Whether you're poor, you believe that you're poor, but you're actually rich. Especially when we're in that mindset of materials. It's not the actual definition of richness. It has to start from our hearts first to actually understand what being poor is all about. If we want to have the term poor, right? The duty to do for others. We're giving, right? And then I believe that God will say, okay, you're ready. Because I remember that you did this, that, and a third. You didn't ask for anything in return. You actually worked for it. You actually stood on your feet. You actually understood. You did not complain. Most of the time we receive, but we are grateful. Once we know these things, once we are obedient, we know these things, we know how to perform, we know how to react, we know how to be. Then that's when God starts blessing you. Start feeling resurrected again, recompensated again. And continue to pray. It's helpful. And it's also beneficial. Okay? Blessings, guys. Take care. Nice talking to you all. You guys are awesome.